Good morning. I'm Tom Conkle. I'm a cybersecurity engineer at Optic Cyber Solutions. Optic Cyber Solutions is a registered practitioner organization, or an RPO, with the CMMC ecosystem. As such, we help organizations implement CMMC and prepare for CMMC assessments. So we wanted to take a few minutes today to continue our discussion about the ML1, or maturity level 1 practices within CMMC, and how we help organizations implement this. So today I have Paul Thompson joining me. He's a cybersecurity engineer at Optic as well. And I'd like to talk about the transaction and function control practice within CMMC. And this practice is to limit information system access to the types of transactions and functions that our authorized users are permitted to execute. So I guess, Paul, as we get started, can you help us understand, what does this practice mean?
Thanks, Tom. I'm happy to be here. So really, the practice is about controlling who can do what and when, right? It's about limiting access, defining what users can do, whether it's by an account, by grouping those permissions into group, and really separating out those privileges. Also, other considerations to think about are whether it's time of day, limiting when not people can log in and out, or access different types of information, or even something as geographic location. They can only access it from within the United States, or a specific country or specific region, to really help limit the access to data or information.
Excellent. So as you're working with organizations to help them implement this specific practice, what are some of the considerations or help that you have to understand to help make sure that it's put in place appropriately?
Oh, well, first and foremost, you need to know your users, the type which people have access to which resources and which information, and then again the types of assets or the types of information that you want to allow people the access to. So really having a good understanding of that information will allow you to define which permissions or which access restrictions will be applied to which groups or individuals or users.
Okay. So again, as we're seeing in a lot of these practices, it's back to the business, right? Understanding who needs to access that data. In this case, for level 1 practice, the FCI data, the contract information that we have with the DoD. When do we expect them to access it? Like you said, if someone's trying to access it from a different country than we operate, maybe that should be a concern, right? And that we shouldn't grant that access for understanding the time that they're going to use it, and what they need to have access to from the contract standpoint in order to do their job effectively is sufficient for this practice.
Of course, yeah, and it's it could be as simple as having it written down. If you're a smaller organization, having it documented in a specific location, or even having a very complex or very granular Active Directory structure or something like that. But it's definitely important to have all those access restrictions and limitations defined.
Excellent. Yeah, that way to consistently implement it across as we get new users as a transition.
Yeah.
We have understanding of what we need to do about it, instead of making it up as new users come in. So great. Well, thank you for joining me today, Paul. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining me today as we walk through the CMMC Maturity Level 1 practices. As always, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or you'd like assistance in implementing the CMMC practices. We'd love to help you on your CMMC journey. So feel free to reach at info@opticcyber.com, and thanks for watching.